Hello there. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms. This tutorial video is about NetSuite. So, what is NetSuite? NetSuite is the most comprehensive cloud-based business software solution for corporate resource planning. It assists you in inventory management, financial tracking, hosting e-commerce stores, and maintaining customer relationship management systems. Here in this video, we will discuss about sales process, store pickup fulfillment, invoice sales orders, and GL impact. Finally, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as well as check out other videos about the latest technology on our Upptalk channel. Let's get started.
So today we'll start off with the sales process, okay? Or in other words, it is also called as order to cash process, okay? It also can be defined, or it can also be divided into 4 steps, okay? And in some cases 5 steps, okay? So talking about the 5 steps, it is going to start with the creation of an estimate, okay? In other words, some might also call it as quote, okay? So we create an estimate. Estimate is nothing but we have received some you can say client information, and we give them a quote that this is the item and this is the price at which it is going to be sold, okay? An item is going to be sold. Once that is done, once the order has been finalized, or once the negotiations have been done, then the estimate gets converted into a sales order, or a sales order is nothing but the order which has been confirmed by the customer, okay? And once the sales order has been created, so estimate and sales order are non-posting transaction. They don't hit my financials, okay? So once the sales order has been created, I'll create an item fulfillment, okay? It's just the opposite of the item receipt on the procure to pay side. So the item fulfillment will also have a posting impact. It's going to reduce my inventory, okay? Because I am fulfilling that particular order. And I create an invoice. So it is going to hit my accounts receivable. It's going to hit my, or it's going to increase my assets, okay? And once that is done, I'll accept the payment from the customer, okay? So in some cases, in some organizations, company don't use estimate, they directly create it from the sales order, okay? So talking about from the sales order, it's a 4-step process wherein we create a sales order, we do the item fulfillment, we generate the invoice, and we accept the payment from the customer, okay? Any questions till now? Are we okay till now?
Okay, man. Yes.
Okay, so for creating an estimate or a sales order, estimate and sales order are one, and you can say the same, you can say type of transactions, only the names are a bit different. So what we'll do is we'll directly start from the sales order itself, okay? So for creating a sales order, I need to go to transaction sales and click on enter sales order. In case if I want to create an estimate, I can do that as well. From the estimate, it's just a click of a button to create a sales order. So if I want to create a sales order, I'll click on enter sales orders. If I want to see the list of the sales orders, I'll just click on list. It will show me the list of all the sales orders that are there in the system. So just to reduce our work, I'll just create a copy of the sales order instead of entering everything from scratch. So talking about that, right? So if I want to sell something, the first thing that I'll require is the customer to which I'm selling something, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll require the item that I'm selling. Okay. Are we okay till now?
Yes.
So I'll just open one of the bill to understand the items which are there in the inventory. Just give me a minute. So I'll just keep a copy of it. So as mentioned, I'll require the customer to which I am selling. I require the item that I want to sell, and then the quantity and the rate are secondary. But the minimum things that I'll require is the item and the customer. If I don't know the customer, if I don't know the item, I'm not going to be able to sell something, right? Just give me a minute. I'll just select one transaction which is for a particular subsidiary. So I don't need to worry about the inventory of that particular item. Just a minute. Okay, so this is a sales order that I'm trying to create. I'll just change the form. Okay, so here you can see that I've selected a customer. The order number would be auto-populated because I'm using a numbering sequence. In case if I want to have an approval on the sales order, I can do that as well. Similar to the purchase order, in case if I want to have a approval on the purchase order, I can do that. But for this particular session, I don't want to go through the approval process. So I'll keep the status as pending fulfillment. Apart from that, I can define the subsidiary would be auto-populated, but I can also select the location from which I am selling this particular item. Okay, and here at the bottom, I can select the item that I need to sell. That particular item can be a service item or it can be a inventory item depending on the item that I sell. Okay, so I'll just try to select the item. I'll select the item. I can select all other information. I can also select the tax code. In case if there is any tax applicable, I can do that. But apart from that, we had also mentioned that on the customer level, you can define the price level. Okay, So there can be a price level on the item, and that price level can be selected on the customer as well, and that would be auto populated here. But in case if I want to change that, I'll be able to do that. So in case if I want to give 15% discount, I can do that. In case if I don't want to give any discount, I can just select the list price. If I select the list price, you can see that the rate changes accordingly. But in case if I want to give a discount, I can select that particular price level as well. Or in case if I don't want to change anything, if I want to give it on the customer itself, I can select the price level on the customer, and that would get auto populated here. Apart from that, I can select the tax code. What is the percentage or the tax which is applicable? So in case if there is any tax code that I want to apply, I can do that. In case if I don't want to, I can just select the non-taxable or 0% tax, depending on the, and this tax code will change depending on the item that I am selling. All other information would be there. There are a lot of fields which are there, but I don't need to take care of it. These fields can be removed or added when, and I'll show you that when we go through the you can say customization of the forms. Any questions till now?
No.
Apart from that, I can also select the shipping address. In case if there is any shipping address that has been mentioned, I can select that on the customer. So the shipping address would show up here. Similarly, the billing address, in case if the shipping and the billing address are different, I can select the billing address as well. Terms, what are the terms, whether it's due on receipt or net 30 or net 15, I can do that. Accounting, it will have all the accounting information, what's the currency and the exchange rate and all other information. Once everything has been verified, I can just click on save. Just a minute, there is some, I'll have to select the payment method which is there on a particular page. I'll select the payment method here. So for example, it would be a check. And I'll click on save. So once the sales order has been saved, I'll be able to fulfill that particular item. So from the sales order, I'll be able to create the item fulfillment. So I'll just wait for that sales order to get saved. By the time that sales order is getting saved, any questions? So in that case, you can create an estimate, okay? And in case if you have any physical document that you have received, you can attach it to that particular estimate, and you can also enter the reference number here. Okay, so here you will get the PO number from the customer. Okay, and in case if you want to attach anything, you can always come to this communication tab, and here you can attach the files.
Okay.
Or any contract or purchase order that you have received.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Right. So in case if we have defined the default billing and shipping address, it would get auto-populated. In case if not, we'll have to select it. Okay.
Okay.
So if I open this particular customer, it should have multiple billing, you can say multiple addresses defined. Okay, and depending on whether we have marked that as a shipping or a billing address, it will get auto populated, but we'll always have the option to change that on the order.
Okay.
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 Just give me a minute. It has been back ordered, so I'll just make some changes. So yeah, if I come to the customer under the address subtab, you can see that there are multiple billing and you can say addresses defined, and you can select which would be the default billing and the shipping address. Okay, and accordingly that would get auto populated. Just give me a minute. I'm just changing something in the background so that I get the fulfillment button. Because this is a demo instance, there are a lot of things that we have done. That's the reason. Give me a minute. This demo instance has become a lot slower. So I'm just reloading this particular page. Just change the font. Or else I'll just open this particular item, see the inventory for that particular item. Sorry, it's taking a bit of time. Maybe- Oh, the location selected was wrong, so I'll just select New York. Okay. Okay, so there is some workflow that has been created. Just give me a minute. So there is a fulfill button that will come. So we'll just create a pickup for it and see what happens. Okay, so just they have changed the name, that's it. So this is the fulfillment that is getting created. So you could see that everything would get auto-populated. Here you will see that the item gets auto-populated, the location is there, and the quantity. So this is how everything would get auto-populated. You can verify all the information. You can check the status, whether it is picked or picked up, and you can just click on save. Once this is done, when we go back to the sales order, and if you see the status of that particular sales order, it will, so I've created a fulfillment. I'll create it as picked up as well, so that it will have a GL impact, or it will have a posting impact. So if I see the GL impact of it, you will see that it's going to hit my inventory. It's going to reduce my inventory. So what it has done is it has credited my inventory by a particular amount. Okay. And if I go back to the sales order, if I refresh it, you will see that the status of that fulfillment has changed from pending fulfillment to pending billing. Okay. So once you have created the fulfillment, you can create a invoice out of it. Okay. You can just go to that particular sales order and you can click on next bill, or in case if you are not on that sales order, you can go to transactions, sales, and click on invoice sales order. So if I click here, I'll be able to see this particular sales order as well. Okay. So if I go here, I'll get the list of all the sales order which have status as pending billing. I can select multiple out of it, or in case if I want to select, or I can want to invoice only one, I can select that particular sales order only. Okay. So if I scroll down here, you will get the list of all the sales orders which are there. So there are 372 sales orders as of now. Okay. But I can filter it out as well. So I'll just select the customer that we have, Thomas Industries Supply. And if I scroll down now, you will see that there are various sales orders. Okay. And I think this is the one that we created today. So I can just click on this and click on submit, and the invoice will get created. Or I can go to that sales order and click on next bill. Once I click on next bill, a new page will open up, a new form will open up which will say invoice, and everything would get auto populated on that particular page from the sales order itself. I just need to verify all the information, that whether all the information is fine, and I can just click on save and the invoice will get created. So here you can see that instead of creating a invoice, it is creating a cash sale as well. Okay, a cash sale is nothing but, in case if I'm doing, as I had done a store pickup, it's mentioning that instead of invoicing, I'll create a cash sale. So cash sale reduces my option, or I don't need to accept the payment from the customer. Cash sale defines that I am accepting the payment from the customer itself. So whatever GL impact will was to be given from the customer payment, I can have that on the cash sale itself. Okay, so the customer will get auto populated. It will show from which sales order it is being created. It will have all other information, accounting, you can say the department, the location, all other information, and it will have all the information or all the items as well. Okay, I can just click on save. So it will create a cash sale in the system. Cash sale is nothing but a substitute of invoice, wherein instead of accepting the payment separately, the cash sale defines that I'm selling it as a cash. Okay, so I don't need to accept the payment from the customer. The one, you can say, transaction will suffice my both the requirements. I'm selling as well as I am accepting the payment from the customer in cash in the same transaction. Okay, so if I see the GL impact, it is going to hit my accounts receivable as well, and it is going to hit my revenue. Okay, and it's also hitting my bank or the cash bank in which I am accepting the payment. There are cash sale and invoice are two different things. Okay.
Okay.
As there is some, you can say, I'll have to see in the background, there are some scripts that are there. That's the reason instead of creating the invoice, it created a cash sale.
Okay.
Okay. But in case if we create an invoice, it will create an invoice and then it will create the, you can say, the customer payment.
Okay.
Okay.
So while fulfilling the item itself, we will see that GL impact. Or
Sorry.
I mean, when we are fulfilling the item, we'll be able to see the there will be some impact on the general ledger, right?
Yes, we saw that, right? It
Yeah.
hit my inventory. Okay, so the sales order or estimate will not have any posting impact. Okay, but the invoice, cash and the fulfillment will have a posting impact. So if I go to that fulfillment and see the GL impact, it 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 was mapped to the inventory account, right? So here you can see that the posting is yes, and it credited my inventory, so it reduced my inventory.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the
So
item fulfillment, invoice, and customer payment. In this particular case, the item fulfillment and the cash sale had the posting impact. It hit my financials. Okay.
Okay.
And here you can see that it's a purchases account. Okay. Maybe this is the account that has been selected on this particular item, but the item fulfillment generally has the impact on my COGS and it hits my inventory asset account. Okay.
Okay.
It is going to hit my COGS and it is going to hit my, you can say, inventory. No, it was the purchases, right? It was purchases were debited and the, you can say, inventory asset was, you can say, credited. It's just depend on the accounts that we have selected on the item. So if I open that item, if I go to that accounting subtab, here whatever accounts are selected. So here you can see that my COGS account has been debited and my inventory asset account has been credited, which is correct.
Okay.
Any questions till now?
No.
Apart from this. So in that case, you can create an estimate for 1,000 quantity, but the sales order will get only created for, you can say, whatever you converted, 200 or 800 that you would like to.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, like correct. Thanks.
See, the estimate can be for 1,000 quantity, but only some amount got converted. So whenever you convert the estimate into a sales order, the sales order would be a confirmed order, right? So you will change the quantity and rate accordingly on that sales order and save it. And that in that case, you can create or generate a report that the estimate was for so and so amount, but the sales order or the invoice got created only for a certain amount or quantity.
Okay.
Sales order is a confirmed order. Item fulfillment is nothing but you fulfill that, or you can say you ship the items.
Okay.
The order was for 200 and you shipped 200. There might be a case that you you can say partially fulfill it. So the order was for 200, but currently you only have 100 in your inventory, so you fulfilled 100 right now. and whenever there is additional 100, you will fulfill it in the future. So the fulfillment is nothing but the shipping or the shipment that you do to the customer location.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.